Up over here. Let's see if we're fucking live.
Oh, I'll pull it up.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Where
God,
did
I
you
can't type.
Where'd you send it live to?
It should just be live on YouTube.
YouTube? It's not there yet. Oh, there it goes.
There is a delay, I think, but
Hold on. Let me tell
it's
you.
going to be worth it.
Yeah, there's a little delay here.
It's a little delay, but it's all right. It'll work. It'll do. It'll do! Oh, my God, it works. All right, cool. Turn that sound off. We'll wait for the motherfuckers to get in here. I feel like everybody's sleeping. But that's all right. We're still going to have a night. Because guess what? Me and Emperor, we're ready to motherfucking go, baby. I got onion rings.
Got football. I've got. Hold on, let's get some people in here. Are you guys here? Trading futures?
Braden's here. Where's my chat? Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Let's go, baby.
Wow. Bro, that popped up quick. Mm-hmm. So even though there's a delay,
the chat pops up quick.
The chat pops up like in real time.
Yeah. You think I'm sleeping right now, Jordy? I ain't Paul or Light. Facts. Yeah. You are one of the young guys. Braden's one of the young guys. Hey, Paul needs his beauty sleep though. Okay? You gotta give him a break. What game's on, Em? What are we watching?
Vikings Colts. Bro, it's been a good day, and there's been some good ass games today.
Yeah.
This one's kind of one. Oh, you went golfing today?
Yeah.
Nice weather out there.
I didn't play around or anything, but I just spent like a day at the range putting, like sand traps, just practicing and shit. Actually, I don't know. I struck the ball really well today for whatever reason. But that was a good day.
Oh, a double pass.
It's been beautiful. I know M just took a short. Yeah. I haven't taken anything tonight. I don't know if I'm trading futures. So let's see. Oh, these are like the different screens. Guys, bear with me. Your boy is learning a little bit of restream and playing around with it. Okay.
Did you tweet it
out? Yeah, I feel like we're on the news right now. I feel like we're on the news with this view. Right here.
Yeah, it feels like an interview.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels like a news interview. That's funny. I always see Top Step doing this shit. Any tickers to pay attention to tomorrow morning? Well, I was just going to go through some. Emp, I don't know if you're looking at anything in specific. If you are, let the gents know. But
that's kind of what I was going to do throughout this stream anyway.
Feel free to share your screen if you want, or I can in a little bit. Okay. I'm just going to finish scrubbing this so I don't really have an open hand.
Let me take a little look through some stuff. Did you tweet? Did you tweet this out or
not yet? I'm about to.
All right. I was like looking for that. I don't know if I'm not loading over here or what's going on.
No, I'm about to.
All right. Well, this right here is for everyone on here on a Sunday night.
Yeah. You already know it, baby. Let's go. I'm gonna cheers you with my habit, Dr. Pepper.
Yes. Something about that first cold one, man. Something about it.
They're so good.
I do not recommend drinking and Globexing.
No. You'll start blowing accounts real quick.
But sometimes. Which I already took the trade and the risk, and I'm only on one. Like I know if I get to like 3, then I am short. CRSU in the chat over there. From basically 88, 90 up into 200. I just scaled into a short. We'll see if it rejects here. It looks kind of decent, but see what she does. If she gets over this area, then she's got a chance to go pretty far.
I think I've been away from the charts all week. I literally haven't looked at a stock chart, so I don't remember exactly how we closed on Friday and how the daily candles look, but I do remember me feeling very heavily about we could still see a lot more downside. Not a lot more, but you know what I mean. We could still see further pullbacks from where I was looking. So
yeah, that's where I start on Sunday night. Actually, that's where I start.
Well, it was a Friday inside day, right? Wasn't that an inside day?
Yeah. I mean, as inside of a day as it gets.
Yeah. So,
and the selling pressure was the upside too. So, like you broke structure down, big down day. Yeah, a typical inside day. But when I look at this inside day, some people will look at it and say inverted hammer, but to me, it was rebounding and it didn't rebound very far, and tons of selling pressure, and it gave up like midpoint of the day and trailed off. So we'll see. I'm kind of looking at those daily candles right now. SPY actually closed red, by the way.
I didn't realize that.
Yep.
All right, everybody should go to your boy's timeline real quick and like and retweet the link. We just posted the YouTube link. Get as many people in here as possible. Me and Emp are going to start doing a little more of these dual streams, hopefully. So it's just fun. Yeah, it's way better than me just sitting here by myself. Even though I'm not by myself. I got the chat, obviously, and we're playing music or whatever. It's a good time still, don't get me wrong. But it's nice to have you to bounce off of, kind of have a co-host.
Yeah,
cool.
The chat's great. So like when you sit here interacting with chat is fantastic. When I'm on a stream by myself, I'm the same way. I love getting people in there, but also just having somebody else like on the stream with you, and it just feels like a little bit more of a, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for, Jordy?
It's a vibe.
Yeah, a vibe. There you go. Perfect word. Look at this guy. Perfect word. I'll drink to the vibe.
CR's in here. What's up, baby? We got Ad Fresh, Raleigh, Brent, Bryce, all the boys. Well, good evening. Yeah. Happy Sunday. I hope y'all had a great weekend. Oh, I've been on a bender of a weekend.
Oh, I bet.
I haven't gotten a break, but it's been good. It's been fun. So I'm happy. But I'm ready to get back to work. We got money to make. CR, I think Jordy got sick of us. No, what do you mean? I just, had to go enjoy. I had to go enjoy a little bit, Honestly, if I'm being honest with you, my screen time over the past, 3 days has been just nothing, really. I've not been on the phone much.
Well, that happens, though. Whenever you have your birthday, you got some life stuff going on sometimes.
I know. You're just like, everybody was like, bro, just put your phone away. Let's enjoy. I was like, all right, let's enjoy. So I did. What kind of a bender, Jordy? I don't know. What do you define a bender as? I don't know. How was Halloween? Halloween was fire. It was a good time. It was chill. I didn't.
Bro, I feel like you having your birthday on Halloween is ideal. I feel like if all the holidays, because if it's Thanksgiving, everyone's getting together for Thanksgiving and doing
if it's Christmas, you're really
Christmas. You're hey, happy birthday and Christmas.
Halloween, it's like
all the holidays.
Everybody's out partying on your.
There's a party. Yeah, there's a party for your birthday.
Dude. Oh, it's sick. I love it. It's fucking awesome. When are you not honest? Topher, what's up, baby? Think Jordy is helping is it helping his case as an alcoholic? Hey, calm it down, right?
Whoa.
Braden thinks I'm a straight alcoholic.
Braden, alcoholics go to meetings. Have you ever seen Jordy go to a meeting? There's a big difference. Drunk and alcoholic.
Maybe he thinks I need one.
Maybe you should go to meetings.
Nah, bro. All right. Well, I want to take a look at some charts now. I've eaten some food. I've been golfing all day. Let's see what Prospero's saying for the week. You're short. Let's go.
I'm pretty short, like decent sized short right here because I can do a tight risk on this.
I don't hate it.
No, you're not. I don't know. I've actually been long a little bit more recently just because the structure's been so good.
Yeah. Dell's number one on the list. What? Dell
has to be. I mentioned that the moment that SMCI news came out, I mentioned Dell because that's one of the biggest competitors. So Shy actually went over this really well one day, and Monative did as well. So if you want it built fast, like server racks and stuff for all this AI stuff, if you want a fast build, SMCI is kind of who you go to. But if you're, looking for a solid company that does a good job, it's Dell. Dell's one of the number one. If you look at like what Elon's doing, Elon said half of his stuff is being built by Dell and half of it SMCI.
Yep.
So
let's see if this works.
That's a big, nice catalyst for them. I think you got to change.
Let me share my screen.
Yeah, you got to change the view, I think. Oh, na. Like you can put us on the side.
Whoa. Okay, yeah. Whoa.
You can make us even smaller so your screen's like normal.
How the fuck? I'm new to this app.
That one works. There you go. This is the most common one.
That's
the most common. This is the one Paper uses a lot too.
All right, let's see. Oh, it is kind of delayed. All right, guys. So that is the only thing with these dual streams that I have found is we do have a little bit of a delay. It's not absolutely horrible. It's definitely worth it to do these dual streams. I don't mind, but something I think we might be able to get around in the future if I do a little research and figure that out. But either way, Dell. Let's just look at the price action because all this stuff I use for intraday futures. So let's turn all that off and just look at price for a minute.
That's so funny. I literally just hid like 6 indicators. The exact same thing.
Well, it depends on how I'm looking at the market. And like Dell, I'm like, okay, I'm looking at this for more of a swing play, right? And it's like all those indicators that I have on are all not for swing. It's all for futures scalping. So it just helps me pinpoint those spots because that's what's like so important in futures, It's fucking hard for me. But I mean, Dell's been chugging, man. What do you see here? I see higher highs, higher lows continuously, man. I mean, market structure is bullish. It looks good.
Yeah. So I drew a fib retrace from the high that we made, like that 179, whatever. Mm-hmm. And we're right at halfback. 133 is halfback. So if you draw from like right up there at the top, we just got back to halfback. So the nice thing is we held that 382 fib pretty nicely, especially if you go to the daily looks like it, but if you go to the weekly looks really good on it.
Yeah, I see you.
So I would look for that 133 to get tested again. And then if you get over that, you also gap filled. So like I know you just switched to the weekly. If you go back to your daily real fast, look left.
This gap fill?
No, look left further.
Oh, right, you're looking at this.
Right there. Look at that. Yeah. So where it started gapping down, you're filling that gap back in. So you get over that area that it rejected. Which basically on that daily, if you zoom in on that daily, you're going to see a beautiful halfback rejection, pull back to basically at 382, that 123 level. Mm-hmm. And then you see the daily take back off, which on Friday was, part of it's still with that SMCI news, but it basically gapped up, came back down, filled the gap and took off. And that's a strong daily candle. And remember what the market looked like. So Jordy, I know you talk about this. Relative strength. What names are relative strength right now?
It's so easy to see it too. Like people ask me, they're like, how do you see the relative strength? I'm like, bro, if you literally can't look at your watch list and see it, open up a heat map and it shows you the green and red right there. It's that easy, right? I mean, you could see clearly you look at SPY over those past 2 days, and then you look at Dell, and the difference is, I mean, pretty clear where the strength was, right? And following that relative strength, if you're trying to play calls, it's like if you're trying to be bullish in somewhere in the market, it's like why try and be bullish on SPY when you could be bullish on Dell, right? This thing is fucking cooking. It's got relative strength. Might as well follow it.
An easy thing to do is when you're having a down day in the market, like we did on Thursday or Friday, that was kind of a mixed kind of inside day. And you look and you see certain names that are really popping or really running, even on a down market, or sometimes it's even this. Sometimes it's even QQQ's down 2.5%, but I look at Dell or Avgo or something that I'm watching that I like, and I see maybe it's only down like 0.5% or something. So the whole market's down 2%, and you see a stock that you've been watching, and it's only down 0.25%, break even, 0.5%. That's a big sign to me that there's some relative strength going on right there. So that's one way I identify it as well. I mean, just pay attention to it. The easiest is on down market days. What is your stock doing? If you're watching and without catalyst too. So or without earnings. So obviously if the market's down, but your stock had earnings and it's up 7% on earnings, well, there's a reason why, right? There's something going on there. But outside of that, if it's just a non-earnings type of catalyst, just a positive note, whatever it is, that's what I like to see. So I really like Dell.
That's Dell's number one pick on the Prospero short-term bull list. Now that is from tonight, so obviously tomorrow morning could be a little different from seeing pre-market, but that's why I wait to do my newsletter until the morning for anyone wondering, because I'm sure people are like, bro, you could save yourself some sleep and do it the night before. Yeah, I know. Trust me. I know.
But so excited y'all finally rolled the clocks back.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be nice. I gained an hour, right? I'm gonna sleep more, right?
Y'all fell back, and honestly, I gained the hour because I've been behind for 6 months. You guys fell back an hour, so it's like you gain an hour of sleep, but really your whole schedule just shifted forward an hour, so you get that your body's gonna feel like you have an extra hour.
Yeah.
But I legitimately have an extra hour because I've been stuck in mountain time for the last 6 months. I'm about to trim this little short ski, by the way.
Do it. That is interesting. If it's not good for the market, though, if Meta gets under this range. I don't think. I mean, for Qs at least.
Where's Meta at?
I mean, Meta, we've talked about Meta pretty extensively where it has, I mean, Meta's been the ticker with relative strength. It was the first to break out. It was the first to pull back.
It was the first one to really take off this year.
Yeah,
back in
exactly.
February. It was the first
back in the beginning.
One cycle ahead of all the rest.
Yeah. I am not betting on the presidential election, for people wondering. I'm not taking any bets, but I think it could be fun. Amazon had some decent strength last week as well, even when SPY. I mean, it did have the gap up on earnings, so like you're saying, that's... Oh, wait. That wasn't on earnings, was it?
Amazon? Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah, they had earnings that night.
They had earnings. Yeah. That chart looks wild.
Right here.
Because
it looks gnarly.
Thursday, the chart gapped down, and then they had earnings after the close, and then it
exactly.
That's a wild looking chart on the table.
I know it did. That looks fucking crazy. Jeez. AMD's been getting smoked. We're getting a lot of consecutive daily red candles, though. If that keeps happening, I mean, we're coming into big spots. At some point, we're going to get a decent bounce day, even if it's just like a doji candle. I don't know.
It would kind of be like the third higher low in this little trend.
Damn, you kind of nailed that short, dog.
A little bit.
Nice.
Needed to come in a little bit further, get some trims. Feel a lot better about it.
And how does voting go out there? You can vote, right?
I can. I have to do the absentee thing. I just don't even. Look, I get it. I have a little bit different stance on the whole voting thing. I come from a state that's red, a red state every single time. My presidential vote is not going to make any difference at all. The only time that we were in a blue state was Bill Clinton is from Arkansas. So
I'm with you, brother. I get you.
SMCI. Oh, Rolly. There could be a trade on SMCI. For me, there's not a trade for me at all. Not even the it's too beat up to short at this point. But I think it's a continued short. The narrative there is terrible. When you have allegations of accounting fraud and then a reputable accounting firm drops you, that's basically like that's like the guilty plea almost, right? Like that's basically like nail in the coffin type of thing. Like this could be a bad thing. Now, can they turn it around at some point? Maybe. Maybe there's some way that they can salvage this thing. I think this is something you don't touch with a 10-foot pole for a while.
I think if you're trying to buy this, you have absolutely no reason to be buying it, and you're throwing shots in the dark. It's simple.
Like you could have jumped on the short. Yeah, you could jump on the short last week. It played out.
Like you're saying, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
It played out though. If you're trying to take a net new short trade down here, that's tough.
Nah,
that is tough.
I wouldn't do it after these gnarly gap down candles like that. That's scary to me. I don't like that.
If anything, you got to watch the next bounce. The next bounce, maybe you get a chance to like short it short term, but that's a dangerous game.
Yeah, I think a swing short is tough here. I think keeping an eye for those bounce days into big levels to catch rejection and maybe catch for intraday scalp plays is fine. But you just got to pick your spots, because, I mean, look at this monthly chart. The moves, I mean, the majority of the moves have happened, right? The stock came from nothing, came from $3. I mean, we're right back to where nothing was happening pretty much. It's like there's not much left here for me. It's like, okay, we either got to get bouncing that support or this thing is just going to slowly dwindle with lower and lower volume until nobody gives a shit about it, in my opinion. I mean, until, like you're saying, something happens. We need something to happen because that just looks ugly. No company doing good for me is going to have that after that bullish impulsive move and not be able to hold any of these levels. You know what I mean? So clearly things are not doing good right now.
There's
can't be buying it. I mean, there's going to be opportunity later maybe, but I can't see it as a good buy or a good short like you're saying. So
yeah, it's trouble right now. And so like one thing we talk about all the time when we're trading is what is your edge? When something like this, like way out of the ordinary, starts happening, I don't have an edge.
That's the thing. Yeah, what edge?
I have no edge. I'm flipping a coin. It's volatile. So like that's something. There's kind of two things you look at, right? If you're trading something, you need volatility. You need it to move to make money, unless you're selling options against it. But most of us that are trading, we're trading directional, right? We're trading volatility. We want the thing moving. That's how we make money. So there's two boxes you got to tick. One of them is volatility, and does it actually move? Like, yeah, I'm bullish Coca-Cola or I'm bullish whatever, but is it actually moving? And then two is, what kind of edge do I have as far as like levels or, confluence? Like, what can I do? And when things start jumping around with crazy news, nobody really knows what's going on. That takes my edge completely out of it. And I don't touch those personally.
I'm with you. And if you do, you just gotta know. You gotta know the size small because you have no idea what you're doing, right? Because that's the thing. I feel like it's hard, especially for new traders when they come in, because they expect the traders that know what they're doing to always know what they're doing, right? When it's like a good trader knows that he's not always gonna know what the fuck he's doing, right? In certain environments, and that just tails right off of what you're saying, right? It's like, okay, in this environment, I have no edge. I don't know what the market is doing right now. I don't have any sense of direction or where this could go. So why am I putting any risk on? This doesn't make sense. Well, Oh, we're bouncing, eh?
Yeah, if it gets through this 200, I think it sees like 237, that area. That's why I take my shots. I trim quick and then set my risk, and see if it works out.
Apple looks interesting with the weekly here. I was looking at this. We came right down to that weekly 21. We're holding the higher lows. I mean, if that breaks structure, it's not good. But if we hold, this could be the spot where we hold up and go right back to the top of the range.
I need to turn on some. The one thing I haven't looked at in a while is like the daily EMAs to see what they look like on some of these names. It's one thing I like doing on the weekends is like, okay, where's my like 50 day and where's my 200 day?
Yep. What's gold doing?
Gold is down just barely right now.
What is that from the highs?
Oil's up like a whole $1.
Huh.
Yeah, Apple's below the 20 and 50 day moving average. Double top wasn't the best look, but it's still fine up here in the 220s. I don't think there's any worry there. But their earnings were That's kind of the narrative stuff that you got to pay attention to right now this time of year, is because like everyone, they just had their earnings reports, so you kind of got to see like short term what's the story around these earnings. Gosh, these kickers keep missing field goals. What's going on? It's like the second one I've seen. Oh,
kind of popping pop. Hard here.
Yeah, big pop. It got over the 200.
It's like good candles for gloves right there. Ooh. I'm not trading tonight. I'm too tired. I'm not in the mindset to be trading, but I'm happy to kick back and hang
out. I mean, Victoria.
Jay Fox, good evening. What's good, baby?
Yeah, this thing looks like it's gonna rocket, but the way it's extending here, I'm gonna reshort it probably.
Yeah.
Like, probably right now.
Well, all right. Ooh. What do we like better? That?
Better.
Do we like that? Or do we like this?
I gotta pull for my man, Joe.
I kind of like this.
Chad, that's a great question. I don't know that. Jordy, are you familiar with Toss?
No, I never used that. I
have it, but I never touch it.
This shit feels ancient, so I didn't use it.
I kind of liked it, but like I opened up a Roth account over there, and it's like a don't touch account, like an equity account, like long term. So like I don't ever like open it and chart on it or anything. And there's some good scripts. I'll tell you this: Kevin Green has some amazing Toss scripts. If any of you need them, follow him, check him out, because he's got a bunch of like, especially for like liquidity SPX stuff, like just overall market structure stuff. I use TradingView, and you can set your moving averages, and I think this is actually helpful a lot of times because you jump around different time frames. You can set it to a certain time frame. So like if you take like a 9 or 21 EMA and just a normal EMA, you can actually jump on there and set the set the time frame instead of to chart, which is just, it's going to update with every time frame you're on. You can set it to like daily, or you can do the same thing for like a 50 or 200 moving average. Just set it to daily on TradingView. That way, when you're clicking through your chart, or if you're zoomed in on like a 15-minute chart or a 5-minute chart or something, and all of a sudden you see, oh, I'm coming into what is this? Oh, it's the daily.
You can see it on the daily 200.
You can see it on the smaller time frame.
So
nice. What Chad's saying, there's actually a really good tool, a good trick. I don't know how to do it on toss.
I don't personally use it, but it's helpful because there's definitely times where it's like I didn't look at the daily before entering a trade or something and noticed, oh shit, we're like trying to short right at the daily 200 EMA or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? So it's nice to have it if you're looking at the lower time frames all the time. Manveer, what's up, baby? Good evening. Yeah, The Best Loser Wins. Brent, that's a great book. Yeah, shout out to that. Oh, so that's how you show comments. Cool.
Yeah. And then you gotta click it again and it'll drop it off.
Looks dope.
There's some way that you can like do a multi-host where both hosts can do that.
I think I can do this too.
You can, yeah. So if you run that right there, all the comments will start popping up there. So like the viewers can see the comment on the screen.
Interesting. I'm not gonna run that right now, but that's cool for certain times. Yeah, Best Loser Wins, great book, along with Trading in the Zone, of course. If you haven't read that, fucking amazing. Love that book. I have a few other books I like, but they aren't really trading related, to be honest. They're all just like money related in terms of compounding or influencing like other people in terms of like sales and stuff like that, like How to Win Friends and Influence Others. That book is great. I like books like that because all of it can be applied to trading too. That's the funny thing. Like majority of it, you could apply the same psychology to trading, which helps.
That psychology, the psychology thing is the biggest part of trading.
Yeah,
by far.
Again, it's like, dude, you see people. Everybody studies strategy. Everybody studies strategy 99% of the time, and it's like 99% of people still fucking fail. It's for reasons because strategy is not the problem. It's not the problem. It's you can't even execute your strategy. Your strategy is great. You've perfected your strategy for fucking years. It's like you got that down. You got to perfect on how to actually execute on it and make money with it now, right? That's the tough thing.
I would say like if you give me 10 people, just 10 random people, I guarantee I could teach 8 of them basic, TA, like fundamentals, technical analysis, at least 8 of them.
Yeah.
But of that same 10, there's probably only 3 of them are actually going to have the there we go. Now I'm going to try this short. Hold on.
This shit's cooking. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at the chart. I'm like, oh, shit.
250 rejection. I'm about to try short right here.
You're a dog. Love it. You're at the 15-minute NPMA.
Yeah, hold on. I got to get some more off here.
No, you're good. You're good.
Maybe too heavy right now, but I don't care.
Yeah. It's all good. Make it back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. I haven't looked at the economic data we got, but let me see.
There we go. Reject, baby.
We got durable goods, 6 months. Oh, shit. Really nothing tomorrow. Oh, election day Tuesday. Hello.
FOMC on.
Fuck me, dude. It's election day.
Thursday. Yeah.
Fuck. It's going to be wild. Honestly, take a week off.
Another missed field goal? What the hell is going on?
This might be another week where I don't trade much options, to be honest. I know. Oh, God. Sorry. It's probably disappointing. But, like, dude, what am I supposed to do?
Check out the short. Bullshit? I just fucking sniped.
Let's go. Oh, you did snipe that.
That's what I was waiting for, like some kind of shooting, like blow off top.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's all good.
The average is like 41.
Jordy, that's a snazzy top you got on. I like it. Thank you, sir.
Dude, that is a sick top.
Yeah, it's the pimp fit. This is the pimp fit. I got the pimp fit. We're gonna keep buying the pimp fits.
For my pimp juice. Ooh. Old school song right there.
Yeah, so Tuesday, Election Day, Red Book, ISM Services PMI, 10-year note auction. S&P Services PMI the next day, 30-year mortgage rate, crude oil inventories, 30-year bond auction. Initial jobless claims the next day. Fucking A, bud. It's not a crazy amount of data though. Like it's just gonna be crazy because election year, and then I think we still got some earnings, right? I haven't really looked at that. Fuck, I didn't even post the earnings. I'm gonna post it tomorrow. It's not worth it to post it now. But what do we got, Emp? We got Palantir, hymns tomorrow after close. What else is there? Ferrari, another ripper. Hasn't Ferrari done like stupid numbers every single time for the past while? You were gonna strip, right? I mean, I wasn't planning on doing it for free, but well, maybe. Oh, we got Cummins reporting. If your boyfriend doesn't drive a Cummins, you have a girlfriend. That's what motherfuckers that drive Cummins say. Celsius, Wednesday, Emp.
Oh, is it finally
time? Oh, yeah.
That is one of my biggest. That's one of my biggest holdings at this point.
Yeah,
not outside of like my just normal like long-term stuff. Like that's one of my favorite. Like I'm in equity there. Holding.
Oh, Duolingo's reporting. I'm going long.
Oh, my dad's streak is like 500 days on that.
Dude, Dude, I need to do mine for today, but after I do mine for today, I'll be at 64 days. Haven't missed a day since I started.
Qualcomm on Wednesday as well. Rivian, DraftKings. There's another one of my fairly large holdings, DraftKings. I think the sky's the limit on DraftKings.
Yeah, you like DraftKings, huh?
I just feel like as more and more sports books, like betting is going crazy. I mean, somebody already asked us in the chat if I was betting earlier. I think it was Braden.
Yeah.
I was 4-for-4 on my late game picks this afternoon. By the way,
solid.
I said money line. Let's see. I went
money line me to fuck up.
Oh, that 3:30 slot or whatever in the NFL games. I got all 4 of them right.
Oh yeah.
That's my sauce.
Well, not as exciting as this last week was with earnings, but still some companies to keep eyes on. When's NVIDIA? That's what I'm looking at. I know it's still weeks out, but
I think it's like the Thanksgiving week or something. Like it's pretty far.
Okay, yeah. So it's after we get into this week. It's not going to be next week, but it's the week
the 19th.
Yeah, or the 20th Wednesday.
I think I'm flying out that day too, which is unfortunate.
It's all good. But yeah, NVIDIA and Snow reporting that day. That'll be a big day for the market. Poor Snow, dude. Snow's so smoked. Jay Fox says, I need to get the hell out of Baltimore and head home. Catch everyone in the morning. Stay safe tonight. Sounds good, brother. Have a great night. What are y'all talking about in Discord? Lordy. Oh, the inputs for the moving averages. Gotcha. Good stuff. Well, guys, I don't know exactly what I'm putting in the newsletter for tomorrow, but some names that get my attention are Dell. That could be one that makes it to the newsletter tomorrow. God damn it, there were some others. Let me bring them back up. Actually, Mercado Libre as well.
That one's been on Prospero.
Yeah, so especially going into earnings coming up. When is it again? Sorry. Do we know exactly?
It's Wednesday.
Yeah, so might get that little bit of an earnings run up. Shit, you might even gap up tomorrow morning on that, to be honest.
What's it look like? I haven't even looked at it.
It doesn't look bad, that's for sure. Had a great day Friday, had a great day Thursday. Relative strength here, that's for sure. Not doing what the market was doing.
Well, a year ago, I added a decent chunk to that at like 1,200 ish right before earnings. Like it was literally like a year ago, like this week. It was like in a downtrend. It was like right before earnings, and it's taken off since then. Came back down a little bit, but if y'all don't know what Mercado Libre is, think about Amazon, but like for the Latin American countries. So like it's big down here. It's huge in Brazil, Colombia, Argentina, all those countries. It's like Amazon, but then it also is like eBay. So it's like a marketplace. Like you sell, like you can sell like when I say like eBay, it's not just like people selling stuff like Facebook Marketplace. Like my car dealerships here list their cars for sale on their lot on Mercado Libre because they know so many people are on there looking at stuff. Like you literally can buy and find anything on Mercado Libre. And then they also have streaming. They have like a digital bank, like Pay. The guy I was with last night, Jordy, I was telling you about, we went by to buy some beer. He pulled out a Mercado Libre like credit card or whatever, cash card thing.
Yeah.
To pay, like a debit card.
That's fucking dope. Yeah.
So it's a big deal.
Invest in what you use, right? I mean,
it's a big deal. Invest in what you know, what you see, what you know is popular. Usually going to do pretty well. And that's why I own like the on shoes. I love the shoes, and Jordy, you've been in an airport lately, haven't you?
Yeah.
When you look down, how many
lot
or on shoes? I say on
the past year and a half, 2 years, I've definitely seen a lot more people with on shoes. Like everywhere I go, not just like airport for sure, because it's just like airport.
That's where I see it the most. I see it everywhere.
Shoe.
Yeah,
but like
it's a great shoe.
Anywhere, bro. I've been seeing on everywhere, a lot more and more. Especially like, God, honestly, when I started seeing it everywhere was when Banana came on Spaces and he was screaming on all the time.
Yeah.
And talking about it, I was like, damn. And I started noticing it, and I was like, okay,
bro, I took a trade because like Banana put it on my radar. And then because I had been seeing it in the airports, because like I fly back and forth a lot. Every few months I'm flying back home, and I'm about to go home here in a couple weeks. But that's what caught at an airport, and you see certain jumping out at you. Like you sit down, you just see every other person seems like they're wearing those shoes. I was like, well, something to these. I took a trade on it. I actually won the trade, made some money, went and bought the shoes. I love the shoes. Still wear them. That was my birthday present to myself.
Fuck yeah.
Paid for by a trade.
Nice looking. Yes, sir. I think UNH is on my radar too. Most would think I'm probably thinking to the upside, to be honest. Yes, but not yet. I like UNH for a potential long-term ad and short-term play. But I think the short-term play this week, maybe the next 2 weeks, is actually downside. I don't know. I'm looking kind of 530 to 515 area. That previous high. What is that previous high? Highs from May, basically, of this year.
Yeah,
looking
so
to
like
retest that. That's what I'm looking at. And I could be definitely open to adding long-term shares and looking for shorter-term like swings there.
That back test like 2 weeks ago, I wish I would have added some there.
Yeah. I don't know that I'd short it because it's an option. If I'm going to short, I'm just going to play futures and unless I'm swinging short, which I don't feel comfortable doing on this name. So I'm not going to be shorting this, but I'll be watching for the long. That's for sure. I just don't really have a reason to short this. It's like I'm too scared of when this gets bought up that I don't want to get caught in that swing short. And then at the same time, I'm just not ready to buy long. So, but I like UNH. Watching that, and it's a pick on Prospero. It's at the bottom of the list, but it's on there. Yeah, I don't know what else I'm looking at. I think, just looking at MNQ because that's what we're obviously trading the most. I mean, we could pop up a little bit more into tomorrow if we need a little more strength, but I overall see a little bit more downside unless this gets bought up like crazy. And I'm not talking like crazy fucking tanking downside, but I mean, maybe we see NQ drop below that 20K for a little bit and go retest, I don't know, 600, 500, 400, that whole area. That's kind of where I'm looking at personally. Because then if we come down there, I don't know if you're kind of looking at the previous higher lows we've made, but I don't know. I feel like we kind of need to come down to that area to make another one of those and just keep the market structure going. But obviously, bulls are strong. If they step in, I don't want to, go against them. But I do think we might need to push towards that kind of under that 20K a little bit to get some bigger buyers again.
I'll tell you this, from like what I've been seeing every day, there are some very aggressive, like with size buyers. Anytime that thing gets near 20K,
there's big dogs.
Size, big size.
Something to watch out for sure.
One of the guys in my Discord, he has his cousin's a programmer, so he built his own flow algorithm that picks up like big flow and tracks like similar players. But then he also tracks like the time and sells for big orders on futures. That's just part of his strategy. And when I say size, he's been posting it. And let me see if I can find it.
Oh, Paul's on the plane headed home. Let's go, baby. You gotta get ready for the morning.
Paul, where are you flying from?
I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
We have large players building multiple thousand lot positions. So think about 1,000 lots. Think about how many lots that you can put on, even with a prop firm. 5, 7, 10, somewhere like that for an account size of like 150, 250. If you're 100,000, you can't put on more than like 5 normally. So think about that and think about thousands. Think about how big those players are putting on that size on NQ.
Yeah, it's fucking big.
That's not saying like, well, it's automatic long. Obviously, if they have that size account, they can handle a lot more drawdown than you can.
See, that's the thing. Yeah,
so you gotta keep the perspective. But to me, that's a sign that we're still, like Jordy says. Jordy pulls up a weekly chart or a daily chart, looks at your 9 and 21, and all the time you say it all the time. I can't be bearish until something changes here.
Yeah, it's like we can try and scalp pullbacks. We can do whatever we can there, but it's just like you can't have any strong feelings towards that side until you actually see that structure break. And that's where I want people to understand. It's like it's not. I don't know, I feel like some people think like I'm just closed-minded to the bear side, and it's like I'm not. I can't wait to be a bear, to be honest. I can't wait for it to be so fucking bloody and me waking up and swinging puts. I can't wait to swing puts with size. Oh my god. But it's not time. And like, honestly, at the end of the day, who the fuck cares which way the market's going? It's moving. Who cares? If it's going down, we're adding to it. We're making money. We're putting into our long-term and adding to companies we love. If it's going up, our long-term are ripping. We're making money. We're having a great time. I mean, it genuinely doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Which way the market's going, especially when you're short-term trading futures, like the majority of what we're doing, right? So I just think it's all about what the market wants to do. I mean, I could give a fuck. That's another reason why I like to change the color of my candlesticks and just like keep things fresh all the time. It just trains my mind to see no emotion. We're just looking at the candlesticks. We're looking at the price doing what it wants to do. If I need to trade to the downside that bad, I'll invert my chart. That's what I'll do. If I need to trade to the downside that bad, and we're still ripping, I'll flip the chart around. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, I was just looking at the daily 21. I was looking at my regular moving averages. So the SPY bounced on the 50, exactly 50 simple moving average on the daily. It is underneath the 9 and 21 on the daily. QQQ rejected the 21 from the underside, like almost perfectly on Friday after breaking down through it. But I mean, you're still right there, pretty, and it's not like they're curling down. I mean, obviously there's a little bit of a down action here, but there's nothing. I mean, to me, there's nothing bearish about this market structure at all. Now, that doesn't mean it keeps going up either, because like we've been the 200-day moving average, we've been over it for a year. I mean, we haven't touched it for a year on SPY. That's kind of insane. We touched it on QQQ back on 1st of August, but
yeah. Hey, Braden's talking about fucking Oliver Queen, dude. Fucking Oliver Queen, bro. You failed this city. Dude, Em, do you even know what I'm talking about there?
Yeah.
I don't think I know. You know Oliver Queen, bro? The motherfucking arrow?
Green Arrow or something?
Yeah.
It's like, I get a lot of those references.
Badass, bro. If I was going to be any superhero, because he's not a superhero, he's just some motherfucker that was stranded on an island.
He's just a survivor.
He's just a survivor.
The only reason I really know what it is because the actor that played it and whatever that deal was. My wife's into a lot of those type of superhero type of things or whatever. It's a comic book thing, right?
Yeah. Stefan Amell, the guy that plays Oliver Queen, him and his brother. My parents, I met them because my parents did some work with it was like their uncle or their parents or something. My parents trained them at their gym. I forget how they're related to them, but because they're cousins, I believe. But yeah, I got to like say what up to Stefan and everything, which was dope because like I always watch that show. He's cool. He's not as like brooding as Oliver Queen is, though. He's a lot more happy of a guy in real life.
I'm trying to think what else he's been on. That's where I kind of know it from. Between my wife and then seeing him, he's on something else that we watched.
A few other shows.
Like Suits or something, maybe. Maybe not Suits. I can't remember. Anyways. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Green. I never miss a good opportunity.
I don't have any pics with him, Braden, unfortunately. Kind of makes me sad. We were just at the gym and like he was there picking up his uncle or whoever it was. And I don't know, I don't want to be that guy, you know what I mean? He's like picking up his like dad or something from the gym. Yeah. You know?
Hey, man.
Dude, hey, man, can you fucking sign my Green Arrow hoodie?
Fucking come give me a. I've never been that like starstruck type of guy. Like if I get a chance to have a normal conversation, like I will.
That's the thing. I'll have a talk with you. Yeah, I'm not.
But I don't do the fanboy thing because I think it drives them crazy.
I will get a photo if the conversation leads to that always. But like, I hate going out to people that I like. That influence me and be like, oh, let me just get a photo and then dip. It's like, I don't know. I want to make a connection, you know?
Yeah. Like to me, I would value like having a conversation with somebody. Yeah. Over the.
But obviously, if I
got the Instagram post,
I'm going to for sure.
Yeah. Like, but I go for the conversation. To me, like, okay, what's it mean if I got the Instagram picture with so and so celebrity just so I can brag about it? Like. I didn't enjoy the experience at all. Like I didn't really meet them.
It's always so weird.
I took a picture with them. Taking a picture is not meeting someone, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always been that kind of that mindset. Because like most famous people they're just regular ass people. At some point,
speaking of famous people, my buddy is a property manager for this like rich motherfucker in Upper Ojai, which is like a bunch of rich ranch houses, and Will Smith just went up there. Will Smith is like staying up there at this property and fucking they did some ayahuasca trip, bro. Every year, Will Smith comes up and does this
Aaron Rodgers come through there?
ayahuasca trip. Probably, dude. They
That's the
fucking
Aaron Rodgers
trip
special.
the fuck out, dude. Crazy. Oh my god.
All right, our short's cooking a little bit here.
Channing Tatum also lives in Ojai, CR. Johnny Depp has a house in Ojai. A lot of famous people have places in Ojai because it's quiet, bro. A lot of people from LA, like celebrities, they come here. It's weird. I don't know exactly why. I know it's quiet and it's like a small town. I feel like maybe people just don't care about them. The fact that they're famous, you know, but a lot of them come here. It's weird.
Well, that's got to be different. Like living out there in LA area, like there's just celebrities everywhere.
Yeah, and it's funny. I see more celebrities here, like in my hometown, than I do in fucking LA ever. Like they're always here.
You blame them? They probably don't want to be there.
I saw Justin Bieber driving a Cybertruck. Like it was a minute ago now. Fuck, I don't even remember. It was like more towards when the Cybertrucks first came out, though, in Ojai, just downtown Ojai. He just has his windows down. I'm like, bro, you're Justin Bieber. You shouldn't have your windows down, bro. Like, close that shit, you know? It's just weird. You see these motherfuckers everywhere.
All right. I'm going to trim the short just a little bit here.
Trim her up.
Coming into the 9.
It does look like it wants to rip off this, but sometimes these bull flags just keep bull flagging down. And I won't be surprised if it's one of those.
Look what it's done this last, 2 hours? Hour and a half? I mean,
I will say one celebrity that has not come through here that I've seen at least is Donald Trump. Bezos comes through here all the time. I see him land in his helicopter because he always gets a police escort from where he lands. And he has, I think he bought one of the big ranches in Upper Ojai, actually. So that's why he comes to Ojai. It's so, like literally everybody comes here now. It's fucking wild.
I remember when I was playing college football, we had charter flights to all of our games, right?
Yeah.
And so whenever when you fly into the airport, you don't go to the main terminals. Like you go to the private air where all the private jets and they do the wand, when you're going to get on the plane, you just pull up and they wand you right there before you walk up the stairs on the plane. You don't go through the airport.
Yeah.
And we were always going through where obviously people that have private jets are in that same area, right? So we were always around those type of people. And I remember we played a game in Dallas and we flew out. The Cowboys were having a away game that weekend too. And so we were in the same spot that they were. And dude, the parking lot for all the Cowboys players was sick.
Oh, I bet.
It was I remember Jason Witten, he had a but he had a $40,000 paint job because it was you know what rhino liner is? What people spray in their bed. That's the rough texture.
Yeah.
You spray your bed down with rhino liner. Mm-hmm. It was a custom rhino liner. His whole Jeep was a textured paint job with rhino liner.
I've never heard of that. That's so creative.
It was sick.
I would have never thought of that. That's for sure. Oh, all
right.
Emp, you ever watched
trim here at the 9? Sorry. Hold on. I'm trimming. We're at the 9.
You're good. Who's watched The Punisher or The Walking Dead? Shane from The Walking Dead. Anybody know Shane from The Walking Dead?
I know Shane.
Yeah. So his name's John Bernthal.
Early in the show.
Yeah. So, dude, I'm working. This is when I worked at my first job ever. It was a restaurant job in downtown Ojai. I'm working. Guess who walks in? Fucking John Bernthal. Shane from The Walking Dead. And I'm like, oh, I'm waiting on this fool for sure. I make friends with him, end up getting his number because we got talking and he fucking saw my skate stuff. I did some work and taught his kids I did some lessons with his kids at the skate park. I was doing that for a little bit when I was first starting to work because it was just extra money. And I've been skating my whole life. So doing lessons was pretty simple for me. And then I started working at Ojai Pizza. No, I'm not lying. Promise you. And I started working at Ojai Pizza. and he would always order because his name, like he lives. Nikolai used to live actually where in the same gated community. He lives in this gated community towards our local lake. And I used to fucking deliver pizza to him all the time. It's crazy. Dude, it's just like everybody comes to Ojai. I don't know what the fuck it is here. Everybody comes
That's
here.
so cool. Like you live.
No, out of every celebrity I've met, John Bernthal, most down to earth. Hey,
just
Brayden,
chill.
if you look at his Instagram, you'll see the videos of his podcast, bro. They're in the Deer Lodge restaurant. That's in Ojai. The Deer Lodge is in Ojai. You can literally see it. It's hilarious. So you just go on his Instagram, see some of the videos.
That's so chill though. Like
it's
like
dope,
when you
bro.
meet people
It's
like
cool.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. Jason Segel. I haven't really seen him in many movies, but I know he's famous. He came in a bunch. Yeah, he was always super cool. I've never really seen him in anything, but Jason Jordan Segel. He always came in all the time. CBS sitcom. Oh, he was on How I Met Your Mother. That's what it was. How am I not know? Why am I? Him and John were probably the coolest. Oh, I guess I do remember him from the show. He just looked different than he does in real life, to be honest. He doesn't look as, like, fucked up in real life.
Or one of the I guess probably the craziest like celebrity that I've met was Shaq was staying at a hotel I was staying at.
Yeah.
And like I shook his hand and my hand disappeared.
Oh, I bet, dude.
Because like he was coming through the lobby and like this dude, have you ever seen somebody bigger than their own bodyguards? Like that was fucking wild. Like this dude's like, why do you have bodyguards? Dude, you're bigger than
his hands.
Like, shook his hand
massive.
and mine just like it was like it looked like when I shake my like 4-year-old's hand. Like, I was like, oh,
that's crazy. What happened to Candlestick Nick? Oh, he's still around. I literally just saw him last night. I was with him last night. But he's just doing real estate. He's got a new sales job where he's cold calling people. Easy as fuck. He gets a list of people to call every day, like has certain things he says. Easy as fuck, making a bunch of money doing that. He's like trading still, but he's just doing swing trades here and there, options, shares. Not really doing much. But I told him about like what we're doing with futures, and I was like, bro, spend $50, get it funded, see if you pass. Be fun. Oh, that's something I wanted to talk about from earlier that you mentioned, though, is when, I don't know, we were talking about something in trading, but I wanted to mention, like, with majority of the people in the chat, majority of people are on, like, evals, and, or like, a funded where, like, you really have, you're probably close to that loss limit every day, right? It's like, you don't have a bunch of leeway, so you got to remember, like, people like Frank, even Emp, Sharky, these dogs, they can, if you ever hear Frank, sometimes he's like, oh, you made yourself right there. You can do that a little bit with futures, right? But like, obviously when you have a loss limit of like 2K, you can't just keep adding and adding contracts, right? But if you're smart, obviously it can be very risky, but if you're smart, like Frank and these guys are, I mean, you'll see Frank pick his spots, and if he gets in a little too early, he'll make himself right a little bit. He'll wait for that spot and add in heavy at that big level, get the reaction he wanted, scalp out, de-risk what he added on, and now he's back in his normal position, right? See, now that's where futures trading gets gnarly, but that's where it actually is. That's where I'm sure it becomes easier to be green almost every day, because it's like, obviously, don't get me wrong. If you're not on your A game and you fuck up, you could take a big loss for sure. But I mean, Frank, I see him do this all the time, and Frank's been trading for as long as I've been alive. So, watching him do that is just so fucking cool, in my opinion. And I think it's something to learn from for sure, because you can very much just, as long as you pick your spots correctly and really get those high liquidity reaction areas, you know what I mean? I mean, fuck, you can just make a killing, and instead of being very wrong on a spot, you can learn how to add into those positions accordingly and fucking make yourself right a little bit. It's not going to work all the time, obviously, and you got to be careful with the situations you do it in, but it can be beneficial. But obviously, most people are in evals or funded accounts, so you got to be careful with trying to do that, right? We can't just mimic what Frank is doing all the time because you'll just blow your accounts. It just doesn't, you can't be doing that, right? So got to be careful, but it's something to work towards and it's something to learn from. Love watching that shit. He'll fucking get in a little early. He'll be like, oh, and he'll go quiet. He'll go quiet, and then he'll be like, I just fucking added. And then it just, you get that reaction, and
when he goes quiet, I
know what he's doing.
Yeah. And it's like, in certain situations, you have a heavy level, or like right now, when something's like really ran, you know, it's probably going to get some profit taking and at least drop 15, 20 points.
It's just a matter of, are you picking the right level, spot, right? And it's like, that's where you got to be confident in your, exactly.
Because you watch it happen enough times, you can kind of get a feel for it. But it's a dangerous game to play if you're not experienced in that, because it can run you over real fast and then work out. So that's what can be frustrating. You can have the idea right, but it can just run you over, and you're like, I cannot handle any more drawdown right here. And then next thing you know, it's like 30, 40 points lower after you stopped out for a loss. Like that's the tough part of the psychology of trading futures.
Yeah, 100%. That's where it's like, obviously we can't be robots. We're never going to be able to be robots, but being in that mindset of just like not letting those losses where it stops you out and runs fuck you up, because obviously it's way easier said than done, but like, it's also, we have to understand that that's going to happen every day, multiple times a day. Like, if that's not happening to you every day, or like if that's not happening to you on a given day, like you got lucky that day and you're having a good day. You know what I mean? I mean, guys, it's like we try and avoid it. We try and avoid it so much, and we only end up hurting ourselves more, because you try and avoid it and you just end up taking massive losses. You might take a lot less losses, but guess what? The losses you're taking are giant versus fuck, just get out, even if it runs against you, waiting for that better opportunity. Because what would, obviously, again, we're not robots, but what would a robot do, right? Would a robot give a fuck that he got stopped out even on one tick and then it ran? No, it would just look for the next opportunity and move on and do its thing. And again, it's easier said than done, but that's like what we have to strive to do our best and learn from our emotions, learn what makes us kind of tick. And like Emp saying, right? Learning like when you start adding to that position heavy, when you know, like, okay, this is when I start to go down the rabbit hole of adding. And then this is when I tend to say, oh my gosh, I can't handle anymore. And that's generally when it fucking turns around on me. You start assessing that shit. You can actually end up maybe getting in where you would end up be getting stopped out, right? Just because you're going back over your trades. And that's why I love fucking Top Step. Oh my God. Guys, not only is it just tracking every single little thing on any time frame you want, like you could look at, previous week, day, whatever you want. But on top of that, I mean, you can go in, write notes, add journal notes for each specific day or each specific trade. It's huge. Dude, yeah. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I use it.
Bro, like it's massive. I love that. I think that's
I go back
fantastic.
Like I'll look at, like, when I have a red day, I always, like, the first thing that sticks out to me is like I have way too many trades.
Every time, yeah.
But like I go back and I look at, like, okay, what went wrong on this day, and what went right on the other day. So I love just the built-in journaling feature that they have, and I think it's important to review. Reviewing your trades is a big step that, like, I was so stubborn, like it was an ego thing that I just didn't want to review my trades. I just wanted to go to the next trade and go to the next trade. So I think it's an important step. It helped me just reviewing your trades, even if you don't journal. So like, I know journaling sounds kind of like for me, I was like, oh, this is just so. Like,
I get it. Yeah,
I couldn't wrap my mind around it.
Tough. Like,
if you take a bunch of trades, it's like so many.
A swing trade, it's like, dude, I could journal my swing trades all day. Yeah, I take like 5 a month.
I take 12 trades in a day though, and I gotta go journal all these.
Yeah, it's tough. I get
but
it.
but what I'm saying is trade review, I think, is even more important. So like go back at the end of the day, go back and look at the trades you placed and try to tell yourself, like, would I take this trade again? Was this a smart trade? Was it a bad trade? Why did it work? Why did it not work? And a lot of people, like, they'll start reviewing trades and they'll go back and they'll only review either winners or only losers. You got to review both. And I think that's a step people miss. Because, like, if you have a winning trade, you need to go review, well, why did it work? Like not, oh, I got that one right. Like, I don't need to look at that one. Let me go look at my loser. Okay, I lost this trade because this happened, and I
because majority of people,
whatever.
The trades that they're getting right, they're getting right on behavior that you actually don't want to be trading with, or like a mindset or a strategy that you don't want to be trading with. Like, and that's where, I mean, I don't know about you, but so many times early on, I got rewarded for bad behavior in the market, and it made me think, oh shit, I got this. I'm hot shit. I'm gonna come in this market and smoke it, and then I get fucked, and I realize
overconfident.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
It was a big step for me when I would review a trade that I won, and I'd be like, I should not have made money on this trade. This was a bad trade to take. It went in my favor. Okay, good. But let me look at it and say, okay, this is why I should not have actually been in this trade. Let's try to not do that again. Let's try to
remember that day, guys, that I made the money back that I lost on the eval. Trust me, that was a good day. Emp was giving me ups, and it was great that I turned green. But let's be real. In 99% of the scenarios, what I did that day will get you fucked. Right? I was already down like $1,100, and I fucking made it all back, which means I was sized decently. I had some decent cons on there.
Look at that. This is a coin.
I have one. I have one too.
There's two sides, right?
Yes, sir.
So what's the other side of the same coin? The same coin we're talking about. What's the other side? There's trades that you should win that you're going to lose on. So it's really easy to be like, okay, hey, this trade worked out and great. It shouldn't have, but it worked out in my favor. But for every trade that is a bad trade that still works out for you, there's going to be a good trade that doesn't work out for you. There's going to be like, hey, I had 4 layers of confluence here, whatever, and the trade just went against me. It just didn't work. And there's going to be trades like that.
It just hurts more when you have all the confluence in the world and it does go against you. That's the hard part. That's when it hurts more, right?
It's tough. And the thing is, that's where you go back and review it and you go, I would take this trade 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
And maybe it works 8 out of 10. Okay, so this is one of those 2 times that it doesn't work. Big deal. Move on. Take your shots. Take your swings.
Yeah.
Baseball players not getting on base every time they go to bat. They're not hitting the ball every swing. Take your swings. Take your shots. If you're a 3-point shooter, take your shot. You're not going to make them all.
Yeah. Katie said right now I'm not consistent enough to where I feel the pressure of having a funded account. Any advice? Katie, I would think if you're not feeling very consistent in eval, going through the rules and going, especially on Top Step, it's not like there's a bunch of crazy rules. Like, it's very simple. There's so much lenient, like they're so lenient with you. I think that's exactly what you actually need to promote consistency in your trading. See, I think it's funny. You're trying to, I'm not bagging on you at all, by the way. I'm just trying to help. Like, you're trying to shy away from the funded account because, you want to have consistency, and prop firms very much need a consistent trader if you want to pass, right? But it's like having all those rules, having the strict rules is going to help you be more consistent, in my opinion, having that loss limit. And with Top Step, I mean, really the only rules are like you have your loss limit, which for majority of people is 2K because they're trading the 50K account. So you have a $2,000 loss limit. You have to make, what is it, 3K? You have to make $3,000 on the 50K account.
Yes.
Correct. And you can't make more than $1,500 in one day, basically, because it's more than 50% of your total profit goal. That's, essentially the rules in the eval account. I'm sure there's a few little ones that they have, but that's all I'm thinking about when I'm trading those accounts throughout the day is, all right, what's my loss limit? And yeah, there's really, and am I making more than $1,500 or not, which you can very easily control when you're trading. You can literally set the profit. It tells you how much you're going to make. So if you make over the $1,500, that's on you. And if you get, I don't know what they do. What do they even do, Emp, if you do that? What do they do?
Your goal goes up. So if you're on a combine, is what they call it. That's what they call their eval.
That sucks.
So it goes up. And so like if you have a 50K account on Top Step and you have to make 3,000 total, you can't make more than half of that in one single day. So if you make over 1,500, you're going to have to make up for the extra. So if you make 1,600 one day, you're going to have to make another $100 above the 3,000 to even that out. And if you make
that sucks,
you make 3,000 in a day, now you're gonna have to match that. And you don't have to do it in one day. You can still build back up to it, but it's just tough. It's just so much easier. Yeah. Trust me, from
you're hurting yourself if you do that. At the
stop yourself at halfway to your target. So even if you have a few days where you've got $300 or $500, something like that, if you happen to hit a $1,500 day, shut it down, lock the account, walk away from it. Hell, buy another eval account. Do something different. Get off of that account. Lock that one up. But Top Step, like Jordy's saying, you don't have all these crazy trailing drawdown type of things to deal with. You just have a max loss limit. Account cannot go below this amount. And here's what you have to make. And then once you're funded, and so something that Katie brings up is it's a big psychological thing. And I actually texted Jordy about this the other day. When you pass that combine account or that eval account, no matter what prop firm you're on, and you get that first XFA account, or even if it's not your first one, but there's a psychology, like major mental battle, because all of a sudden you go from, hey, I'm proving myself that I can do this, to, wait, I can actually make money from this. And the pressure that you all of a sudden put on yourself, it's a tough thing to overcome. And you have to ignore that. You have to just keep trading your plan, because that's where the emotions creep in. That's where it really, like, your mental space is different. You start trading differently. And I caught myself doing it multiple times. I'm like, why am I trading this so different? Because it's funded and not an eval. You trade the same way. But the key on that is a lot of people don't trade the eval accounts like they're funded accounts. Start there. When you're trading an eval account, just like Jordy's doing, trade it in a way that has long-term sustainability, where you can continue to trade that way, and you can, you have your strategy and you can build that. That way, when you get to the funded account, like Katie's saying, when you get to funded, you do have some confidence there, because you're like, okay, I have a plan, I have a system, and this is how I'm trading. And you're not going to change that up, because it's like, you blow a combine account and you're like, okay, well, fuck, just throw another $100 at it or whatever, $50, whatever it is for whatever size account you're using. And that's all you're really risking, right? So you need to,
especially if you already have like multiple accounts that are funded and pass, it's like throwing $100 on an account and kind of YOLOing it. It's not as frowned upon if you already have those funded accounts, right?
And I've done it a lot.
I'm happy to do that.
I'm like, I want to get this next one.
3 or 4 of these all done and ready to go. Like, really, they're all making money. Like, I'm happy to buy one and fucking YOLO it and have fun, because guess what? It's $50, $100. You might pass one in 2 days, 3 days, And then you have another account. Yeah, let's
see our question. This is a good one. Okay, so once you get, like, I'm going to use Top Step as the example, because that's the one that I'm the most familiar with, and that's the one that I like the most and use the most. I'm not sponsored by them at all, so let's throw that out there first. No promotion here at all. This is just my actual trading and my actual opinion. So for example, let's say you make 3,000. Okay, so your drawdown on a 50K account, let's stay with the easy example here. Your drawdown on a 50K Top Step account is $2,000. Once you get over $2,000, your loss limit is now 0. So if you get to 2,500, 3,000, your account just can't go below 0. It's also the same if you take a payout. So if you hit that, like, $200 a day, $200 a day, $200 a day, whatever it is on Top Step, once you get to 5 of those, you can take it out. Now, you may only have $1,200 in your account, but if you take a payout for half of that, if you take $600 out, $500 out, now your max loss limit is 0. So that account has $1,200 in it. You take out 600, you only have 600 in there. So now you only have $600 of drawdown. So you need to build a cushion too. I know it's exciting. So like, I don't blame you guys. If you get that first funded account, you hit your consistency target to where you can take a payout. That's a huge step. Like, honestly, the best strategy overall is to build a cushion. So like, if you're used to having a $2,000 drawdown on your accounts from trading them, or a $3,000 if you're on the 100K, I would say build up your account balance over that and take your payouts back down to that. So for example, on a 100K account, get to 4,000, 5,000 in the account, take your payout back to 3,000, but always leave that in there, because that's, you grew accustomed to having a $3,000 drawdown while you were passing the account, and then as you're getting going in the funded account. So keep that as your buffer. The only exception I'll make is if you're a trader that is trying to get that first payout, there's nothing like it, right? Take that first payout, get that notch on your belt, get that feeling. You deserve it. You've beat the system. You are better than 90% of the traders that have tried this. Take that first payout. You can always get another account. You can always get another funded. The best advice is to keep at least that buffer in there. But if you're trying to get your first one, I 1000% am okay with taking that first one, even if you don't have a big buffer in the account, because you're getting
let's
that
be
first
real,
notch
if you're
on your
going to
belt.
consistently make money, you shouldn't be worried about, if I need to do another eval or not.
You can
right?
come
It's
back.
Like, you could just
you can
keep
always
doing
get another
it.
one.
It's
And
That's
you're probably going to blow a
I'm not worried
funded.
about, like,
You're going to blow a funded at some point too, just like you've blown the combines and the evals, even if something was going good. I can't tell you how many times I had a combine account or an eval account that I was like, a few $100 or a couple $100 away from passing it. Next thing you know, I'm blowing
fucking
it.
blow it, yeah.
Like, just going on tilt and stuff. Like, I've done it. Almost everybody has.
All it takes is one trade.
It's the same way when you get a funded account, you're going to blow it. And it sucks the first time you blow one. But you can get another one, right? And obviously, you've got to go through the whole combine thing again, past that, and then get the funded again. But it's doable. And the worst thing you can do is push to do it fast. Jordy,
what about this
watch
from
Jordy's stream every single day. Jordy's stream, he's doing it the right way because he's not trying to do it fast. I've gotten like 24 hundo in the funded imp, so I can choose whatever amount I withdraw, right? Don't got to be half. You can choose anything. Bro, take 400. Take 400. Get that first. Is it your first payout? If it's your first payout,
I think it's the first one, CR, right? I don't think it's on it.
If it's your first one, what size account is it, CR?
I think it's the 50.
It's going to take a second for the delay to get to him.
I'm pretty sure it's 50 from what I don't think he has the 100K. I think he got one, but I think that one's gone.
Well, while we're checking on it, so you have $2,400 in there. Take that first payout. You don't have to take. You can take up to half. I wouldn't take half. So if it's a 50K account, there it is, 50K account. So you are already accustomed to trading with 2,000 max loss, right? That's what you are accustomed to. That's what you've learned from the combine process on. So since you're where you're at, which you're doing fantastic. First off, congrats. That's awesome. Look at taking 400 out right now. Now that first payout, you're gonna get that first taste. You're gonna get that first, like I was saying, when you crack open a cold beer, that first taste, right, Jordy? That first, you just got paid to be a trader, CR. You just got paid to trade. $400, take it out.
Which honestly, I feel like
still have your
doing
2K
that from
drawdown
a
below
funded.
that.
Doing that from a funded is almost more rewarding than just making money. Like putting, like I can't wait until I pass a few of these and just like take those first payouts, because that's gonna feel better than when I take like withdrawals from my normal account, sheerly because evals are hard to pass, guys. They're not fucking easy. They don't make it easy for a reason. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not this simple thing. There's rules and all this shit for a reason. They don't want to make it just dumb easy, right? They don't want to make it so you can just pass it in one day easily, like no problem, right? So. No, that was just another thing, yeah. But
yeah, take the payout. because of where you're at, I would say take the payout. Now, I don't know your scenario, right? Because once you take that payout, one thing to remember, you do have to now do 5 more days of the 200 before you can get your next payout. So you have to hit that 200 target 5 more times, and then you can take your second payout on that account. And you have to keep doing that until you get like 30 days, which is tough. I'll be 100% honest. It's tough to get to the 30 days, but take that payout, leave the buffer. The best scenario would be leave that $2,000 buffer every time you take a payout. Take a payout back to the 2,000 and leave that buffer. If you want to leave a bigger buffer just to give yourself more room, of course you can do that. And as you grow the account, you also earn the right to size up. So if you get to 4,500, 5,000, they'll actually allow you to like size up a little bit. I would say don't do that for at least a few more months, at least.
I like what Katie was asking. She's saying, what type of like RR to set for a trade? How do you learn how much profit to go for? At the end of the day, for me, I mean, every trade, it doesn't matter how good the setup is looking. I'm looking to take anywhere from, I mean, really, I like to go for the 30 to 40 points and be risking around 20 points. So anywhere from, you know, a 2 to 1 or 1 to 2, 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think you should be changing your risk to reward because a trade looks better to you than another. I think every trade you should go into, unless you really just understand, okay, this environment is not good, I'm just going to size down, or this is a normal environment for me to trade and I'm going to use my normal size. Like if you're doing that, that's fine. But I wouldn't change your risk to reward going, normally I look for 20 points. This time I'm not going to scale until 60 points. That doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like if that was like, I don't think that's a good part of anybody's process if you're doing that, right? I think keeping a consistent risk to reward is good. Whether or not you may change your sizing based on the environment, that's up to you, and that's for you to decide. But I think changing risk to reward is tough. I mean, I'm always going to be taking majority profit at that 30, 40 point range and trying to let those runners ride for more. And if I'm not doing that, I'm kind of breaking rules, right? And if I'm not doing that, I'm probably, if I am breaking those rules, it's because I'm sized really small, likely, and I'm trying to milk the position for more.
Yeah, I agree. It's one thing to size down and change your sizing down, but I don't think you ever want to size up. Like yeah. I don't think you should ever size up. And it's situational too. There's some scenarios where you have higher confidence, you want to be in a full trade. There's scenarios where like maybe you have a few layers of confluence and you think, okay, it's worth the shot here, but I'm going to size down on this particular like shot at it. And then there's also volatility. How much is the market actually moving? So like when VIX is super elevated, like it's been recently, when we're getting days that have, 300 point ranges in them, you don't need a whole lot of size to make money, right? Stay out of the middle, catch and get in the right direction at a key level with some confluence, and then, let it work for you. Let the volatility work and make you money. Don't size up to make extra money. That's what I would say. There was another really good question in here. Brent, what are your rules to not go on tilt or stop before it gets too far? That's tough. That is a tough thing to answer, and I think everyone's probably got personally from having been on tilt multiple times, and everyone's going to go on tilt. So everyone suffers from this. Sharky suffers from this. Frank suffers from this. All of us do. So the thing is, you have to know yourself first, and you'll hear that term a lot from a lot of us. You have to know yourself and your own emotions and what type of person you are. Are you a hot-headed, blow-off-the-top person, just in general, like in life? Like if something goes against you, if you get in a fight, if you get in an argument, are you the type that just blows up and then you come back down to earth? Or are you the type that like you're a pressure cooker, and when that pressure gets too high, then you blow off your top? There's a couple, you have to know yourself. But for me, just to bring it down to my level, so I've done it enough that I know whenever I'm getting too click happy, I can tell like I'm taking too many trades, or I got stopped out and I jumped right back in a couple times, that kind of stuff. I can just tell. For me, I look at like, okay, I'll give myself, 2 or 3 shots at a trade, and if I lose 2 or 3 in a row, I know I just need to sit out. I need to be subbed out of the game.
That's the thing, because we know our process promotes so many more higher probability trades than losing 3 times in a row. So I know if M's taken 3 losses in a row, Frank, anybody, myself, I know I'm not on my A game right now. Maybe close up this account, get ready with another one, or just stop trading completely for the day.
So Jordy just mentioned another thing that I do. So I have multiple accounts. And if I take a couple losses,
you can't keep taking losses in one account over and over.
I would rather spread that risk out across multiple accounts. I'll leave that account alone, maybe even for the rest of the day, but at least for like the next couple hours, I'm just gonna leave that account alone. I'm not even gonna touch it. Yeah. The other thing is like you have to force yourself to. I mean, everyone's different, right? Some people legitimately get up and walk away. They go make themselves lunch. They go for a walk. Whatever you have to do. For me, I just know I just can't take a trade right now. So I just ban myself from taking a trade for a little while. Like I need to cool off. And the thing is, I'm a pretty low emotion guy. I'm a pretty right here. I never get too up here, never too down here. That came from years of playing sports and having that drilled into me from a psychology standpoint. But I've recognized that in myself. So I know like, okay, I don't have to just walk away or anything. Every once in a while I will get up and like, let me go grab a snack, or, just let me walk away from the screen. But usually I don't even do that. I pretty much have set myself into some basic guideline rules, basic system rules where, okay, I've taken 2 or 3 losses, usually after 2, but sometimes, just depending on the scenario, I'll allow a third one. But if I do take 3 losses in a row, especially on a prop firm account, I'm not touching that account, and I'm not going to just switch to another account and take another loss on another account either. That's not going to do me any better. I'm just going to take a step back. If I miss the next trade, that's fine. I don't deserve to take that next trade right now. I'm not on my A game. If the next trade goes for 300 points in my direction, it doesn't matter. You just pull back. You say, hey, I don't deserve this right now. I don't deserve to be in the game.
I think that's where you have to be your own boss, right? It's like you're saying, it's like, do I even deserve this? Because I don't know if you guys understand, but I mean, these professional traders that are sitting at, these fucking hedge funds and institutions, guys, they have their boss looking over their shoulder. They start going on tilt, they get yelled at. So they have this authority over them, telling them kind of what to do, like literally watching over their shoulder, just like you would at a job, right? Your boss is looking over your shoulder, making sure you're doing it right. It's the same thing, but you have the problem is, that's the problem with retail trading is it's beautiful that we're our own bosses, but at the end of the day, it's also a curse, because it's like you have to have that discipline, or else it's just not going to work. It's not going to work. And that's really with everything, discipline, right? But you have to have it, or else what are you going to do? What are you going to do at the end of the day if you don't have it? It's not going to work.
There's 2 amazing things that I want to hit on that Jordy just brought up. So one, we talk about treating this like a business, right? And if this is a business and you had to answer to your boss on why you took that trade, would you still have taken that trade?
Yeah, think about shit like that. Jordy, exactly.
Jordy, if you had to explain your trade that you just took to someone, every single one, would you be able to defend it?
You probably exactly.
Or did you take an emotional trade, or did you get bored and take a boredom trade?
Simple. It's that simple.
If you treat it like a business, that's exactly how in your brain it should be.
Yelled at. Well, he doesn't. He's not trading. He's typing orders, right? He's not even actually trading any. Well, I don't know. Maybe he is now. He might be now, actually. I don't know. I'm not. That I don't know, but I know when he was, right? He wasn't trading any money, but these guys are looking over your shoulder. They're making sure you're doing shit right, because they're not gonna let you represent their company in that way. They're just not gonna let it do it in a professional setting like that. They're not gonna allow that. And so that's where you have that sense of authority over you. And it's a good thing. And you have to have that for yourself and that's the hardest part about trading.
Well, you're not going to have
a job. Me years to have that. Yeah, that's the thing.
And it's not just like, I mean, yeah, it's performance based. Obviously, that's the key thing here. It is performance based, but beyond that, it's also like, okay, if you go on a little bad stretch or whatever, can you at least defend why you took these trades? Can you defend it? And if you can't, you're going to be fired. You're going to be looking for another job. That's just how it is.
Literally.
So you do have to treat it as a business.
It's like you don't even get to blow the account because they're going to fire you before you get to. Yeah. Right? So it's like it's funny. We sit back sometimes and like whine about, fuck, I blew this account. It's beautiful that you even have the privilege to blow an account, to be honest. Because most of these motherfuckers don't even get that privilege in a professional setting. They get fired before they even get the chance to go on tilt that hard and blow an account. So be grateful, in my opinion, the fact that you can go on tilt, because guess what? It's a great learning process for us. It's a great lesson, right? That we're able to go on tilt, because even though it sucks and we lose money when we do it, it teaches us so much, right? And it's a good thing. But at the same time, you got to get out of that. You can't keep doing the same mistakes over and over. And that's where that sense of authority in yourself has to come in, that discipline. And kind of, you got to listen to that. You got to have that boss in your head, which is, it's just so difficult, especially for the average person, because the average person, I mean, everybody, I mean, you grow up, you get a job, you work for somebody else, you earn hourly income. You don't know how to be your own boss most of the time. Most people don't, right? It's difficult.
It's tough. It is tough.
It's fucking
to be your own
hard.
Boss.
Yeah,
I've been there in our family business. Basically, my dad was my boss. Okay, that's a whole different environment. But I learned through that experience how to be my own boss in a way, because I worked in one sector of our business that had to be done, and I was the main person there. And if it wasn't taken care of, it wasn't just me. There was 6 other paychecks, 6 other families that would be affected if I didn't handle my stuff. So I had to learn how to be my own boss. I had to learn how to get stuff done, and I had to learn how to do things the right way. And it's just like that when you take that into trading. You have to be responsible. Like if you started your own business, like not even if you're working for somebody. So just to shift this example a little bit, if you start your own business, you got to find out how you're going to be successful, right? You've got to look at everything that you're doing. Where am I spending money? What am I investing in? How am I growing this? Whatever my product is or service or whatever I'm doing, you have to look at that, and you have to have some type of plan and some type of outline. You should have the same thing in trading. What is my plan? What is my outline? What are my rules here? What am I doing? Because if you're just blindly throwing trades at the market because something looks decent, or one of the traders you follow said, hey, I'm taking this trade long, whatever. If you're not even understanding that, you're just blindly trading, you have no system. You have no idea what you're doing.
It's just hard. And I get it, though. It's hard because it's so easy to just, I mean, fuck, how easy is it? I could be somebody that's never touched the stock market ever. I could go on my phone in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, set up an account on Robinhood and get trading.
Instant deposit.
I could go on Top Step, buy an account right now and start trading NQ. That's the problem. It's so accessible that like it's almost like obviously I'm glad it isn't like this, but it's like, and thank God it isn't like this, because at the end of the day, the majority of retail traders are creating liquidity for the bigger traders that are making the money. It's the way it is. When people lose, people win. It's just there's a loser and there's a winner. It's the way the market works.
Single trade.
And people, I'll tell that to people and they're like, oh, they're like so negative about it. I'm like, honestly, if you don't like that, I mean, that's life for you.
If you don't know how to lose, Jordy, tell them. Yeah. If you don't know how to lose,
you're never gonna win.
You can't win.
Fuck. Yeah, you can't win. It's just like, I don't know. People will sit back and be like, well, that's so horrible that you're making money while somebody's losing. It's like, well, I mean, that's all of life. That's every business. Every business is a give and a take, a loss and a gain. That's every business that's ever existed. So unless it's a nonprofit, which shout out to that. That's cool.
If you have a, if you have a dog. No, even a nonprofit, because a nonprofit, you still have employees in a nonprofit. And if you're not making enough revenue, even though you're not doing it for profit, somebody's still getting a paycheck. And if there's not enough revenue and money coming in, that nonprofit's no longer going to function, right? And I mean, it doesn't matter if you can have like I was saying, a dog grooming business. You want to groom your dogs better than the guy down the street that's your competition, right? You want him to be the loser because you want to be the winner. Exactly. That's just how life is.
And guess what? Everybody looks at it so negative. It's okay. That's human nature. That's human nature. You see somebody winning, you want the gold medal instead. Fuck you. I want to win, motherfucker. It's the way. It's not even a bad thing. Like
that's how I am.
It's such a dude. It's like
you gotta have
like
some
if me
competitive
and Emp were in
too.
X Games together. I would love that, and he's my brother. But like, fuck you. I'm getting that gold medal, Emp. Like, nah, you know what I mean? Like, and it's
I want you here. I support you, but I want you here. And
it's
you know what? You'll learn a life lesson too.
We'll be homies again. But like, until then, it's like, fuck you, brother. Like, you know?
Bro, I'll tell you
it's okay. It's not negative.
Some of the best advice I ever learned was people want to see you do well, but they don't want to see you do better than them.
Yep.
Think about that. They want to see you do well. True. They do not want to see you do better than them.
It's very true. It's very true. Well, because in that, I don't know if I'm sure you felt that, Emp. I mean, I've very much over the past, I would say, year, have really tried to switch my mindset, my reaction to my feelings. Because like I would even hear about somebody my age group doing something that's cool that maybe I would want to do that seems like successful, and it's just human nature. You get that jealous aspect of like, well, I want to fucking, you're doing better than me. I don't like that. You know what I mean? And it's just, it is human nature, but I've tried to just switch that completely. As soon as I think that, instead of thinking that, I think that thought and switch it to just genuine happiness for that person.
Yeah.
Instead, genuine, like, be happy, be as happy for that person as you would be if it was happening to you. You know what I mean? And I think switching that mindset is such a positive thing to do, and it'll bring. I think it's just positive energy you're putting out to the world that's going to come right back to you. Maybe I sound crazy. Maybe I'm stupid guru putting energy out there. I don't care. I believe in that shit. I think what I put out there is going to come back to me. And I think when we sit back and we're like, oh, he's fucking doing what I want to do. That's lame. I should be doing that. Instead, you should be like, dude, he's doing what I can. He's doing what I know I can do. That just proves
why am I not
what
doing
I'm doing. Yeah, it just proves
what do I have to do
I need to do it.
What can I learn? What can I learn from that person?
What can I learn?
Successful?
Yeah, what can I do better? Like to get where.
And as you go through life, you'll start to figure out more and more of these things. I had an idea for a business that one of my best friends, like since we were kids, basically took the idea from me. Yeah. Took the idea from me. He didn't end up including me in it. Now it's a 6-figure business every year. And yeah, I could be super salty about that, but I'm not. I'm excited that and I said, okay, I'll move on to the next opportunity. I focus on myself. What can I do? What's my next avenue? If something didn't work out, it's just like a trade. If that trade didn't work out, where's my next avenue to try to make some money or find some success, right? I don't just harp on it. If you harp on a loss, it'll just eat you alive. Who else is even in the chat tonight? Proof is in the pudding. I agree, Jordy. No, I see a lot of the all regulars in here tonight. Boy, we went off on some heat right there. That was some good stuff. I was going down, looking through trying to keep on some of these comments, guys. Yeah, so you get ate up on losses. So that's something, that's a psychology thing that you have to work on. And part of it's knowing yourself, but it's like, okay, if you take a loss, so what? So what? Just like if you lose a game, just like if you're, I'm a sports guy. So like most of my psychology stuff goes back to sports examples. That's just how I grew up and how I basically am wired, right? So I'm a competitor, and and I could go off on two different tangents here, but I'll just kind of keep it to the subject. So how do you deal with taking the losses and the emotional side of it? You have to be comfortable with it. You have to be okay with it. You have to accept that there are going to be losses, and you can't be perfect. And you start to compare it to, think about some of the best people that in whatever their field is, right? So I always go to the sports examples. So think about like the best shooter in the NBA, Steph Curry. What is his shooting average actually? He's an amazing shooter. But what's his actual average? If you actually look at the stats, look at the best quarterback in the NFL. How many passes is he actually completing? It's not all of them. He's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. And they're not even winning all the games. It's impossible to be perfect, right? You're not even like they've tried to build AI robot systems and trading systems and algorithms and all this stuff, and none of them are perfect either, right? It doesn't exist. The perfection aspect does not exist. You have to be comfortable taking the loss, be able to explain it, and have a system. So the way I'm so okay with it is because I know that I have a system, because I've worked on this enough, and I've created enough of an outline that, okay, in the long term, I know that I can be successful because I'm going to take some losses here and there, but I've created a system where my wins are going to outweigh the losses, right? That's the key. You have to, it doesn't matter if you win more than you lose in trading. It matters if your wins outweigh your losses. And that's how you should approach everything in life. Best quarterback is Sam Darnold. Braden, I don't know if you're watching the same game I'm watching right here. Sam Darnold does not look good tonight. It's not look. Sam Darnold needs me to go grab another one of these. I'll be right back.
Sheesh. God damn. It's not even late right now. It's only 7:44, but your boy is getting tired. How many balls has Aaron dropped yet? Still played. Oh.
This one's for you, chat.
Oh, yeah.
What a sound.
That's a great sound.
What a sound.
It's a great sound. Phenomenal. Dude, I hit balls for like 3.5 hours today.
Oh, man, I haven't. Oh, my God.
Dude.
Man, it's been a while. It's been a while, Jordy. Maybe when I go back home, maybe I shoot down to the Top Golf, get some swings in.
Yeah, bro. I'll go, dude. It's just so much fun. God.
Top Golf is such a vibe too.
I have so many blisters though. Wait. You can see. I got little blisters because I do the interlock.
And
then my thumb, like, because my
grips are
all fucked up. I wear one on my left on my front hand, but
I started wearing two.
Dude,
I don't know why. I'm a double.
I can't do it. I
had to. I had to turn into a double. I don't know, because especially enough swings.
This ain't baseball, bro.
I don't care what I look like.
I know it. Hey, I usually, so I fucked up because I haven't hit the range in a minute, and then I went, so my hands are all sensitive, and then I didn't tape. I usually tape my backhand where I get blisters. I didn't tape it up, and I fucked up.
That's why I started wearing both gloves, because I was like, well, one glove makes sense, but I was getting blisters on the other hand. I was like, okay, double glove.
I need to video my swing now though, because dude, I have made some changes, and I think some of the golfer boys in the chat are gonna be very proud, because the swing I think is looking nice now. I think, where's Paulito? I think
he's on the airplane.
Big golfer. Oh yeah, he's on the airplane. 2 studs on the live tonight. My man Brando. Shout out Brando. What's up, baby?
Oh, what's up, Brando?
What's up, baby? Brando's
I don't care what any of you guys say in chat. I am double gloving every time I play golf. Every time.
I love it, dude. I love it. I'll cheer you on, man.
That's the thing. Well, and because that's me, right? That's how I approach it. and you can be different. It's okay to be different.
Hell yeah, it is.
Just like we can trade differently.
Paul does not golf. Gotcha. I thought he did. Guess I was wrong. Braden golfs though. I know Braden golfs. I haven't played a round in a fat minute, but I mean, from today, I don't know. I genuinely don't think I've strike the ball better than I have today. But we'll see. Sometimes I think that, and then I just had a good day, you know.
Braden, but I'll tell you, if you golf with me, he said, don't golf with him if you don't want to be embarrassed. Let me tell you, if you golf with me, you're going to have a good time. That's what really matters.
It's going to have a good time.
You're going to have a good time. And also, if you're on my scramble team, if you've got a short game, we're going to be good. Because I can nail it. I can get us to the green real easy. It's that last like 40 yards there. That's
what I've really been working on lately. I've been experimenting. It's funny. The shorter distance like that kind of like 40 to 90 yard range, I would usually use a 56. I kind of like it's a 52 I think it is. It's like a little less loft. It's nice. I've been working on the short game though. The driver, let me tell you, we're getting that thing pure. We're getting that thing fucking pure now. Because that's my thing.
It took me a while.
I can hit irons all day, bro. I'll swing the irons, and I'd rather have that problem because I can substitute a driver with a 4-iron. No problem. I'll fucking that's a fairway finder for me. But I cannot, for a minute, I just couldn't drive no matter what. It's off the tee. I'm like, I don't fucking know how to hit it off the tee. Now I got it figured out a little bit, though. We're doing all right now.
Well, it took me a while to get get down the drive, especially with those big drivers and the way they are now. But man, once I figured out my swing on that thing, and I have just a slight fade, but I play it. Like
draw or fade, draw.
I figured out how to play.
I can't fade it, dude. I don't know. I used to slice every ball. I can't anymore. I don't know how to fucking slice it because my swing has changed so much. I have to play my shot shape is always draw now. It's so weird how things change because I was always striving to get that shot shape and I couldn't get it. And now it's like if I'm trying to shoot around a tree to the right, like I'm kind of fucked.
That's me all day. That's me all day.
Yeah, see,
I have a baseball swing. I come across it naturally. But I figured out how to make it work.
That's awesome.
The problem is every time I go actually try to play golf, usually by hole 11 or 12, I start to just lose focus. My ADHD kicks in, it gets slow.
Yeah.
And that's if I'm actually trying. On a normal golf outing with just the boys, by hole 6 or 7, I'm getting a little toasted. So
I think when we play golf, we got to do it John Daly style because I've never played golf like that. I think we gotta just we're starting the round off with the chalky milk. How he does it, we're drinking a big cup of chocolate milk, then we're cranking beers the whole round, barefoot. I want to do it. I've never done it. I want to.
Dude, I would be down. I'd be down to try it. I've never done the barefoot.
Let's break a course record, man.
I have been on the John Daly drink menu for many rounds.
Yeah,
but that's an Arkansas legend. So,
dude, man himself. Yeah, I'm actually really happy though that my shot shape has gotten to where it's like I consistently hit a draw versus anything else. I'm definitely happy with that. If anything, I'll sometimes too, because I'll try and when I get confident in the swing, I'll try and hit it a little bit harder, and that always kind of fucks it up. And that's when instead of it's like a hard draw, just really cut to the side. It's ugh.
Jordy, gross. Do you have covers on your irons?
Oh, gross. No, you can't do that. That's not acceptable.
It's
not acceptable.
My irons aren't good enough to need covers on them. I'll tell you that. I don't have that kind of money to sink into golf. Something I don't. Which it's different for me now. I'm talking
unacceptable.
2 years ago before I actually moved down here Which actually, there's a super nice golf course like right over here, like right down the road. I haven't been there. What was the other? I saw another question or a comment in here. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Zero said you ain't never played golf barefoot, bro. I don't know about Jordy. Jordy, he may have that Cali deal to him. I'm not a barefoot guy. Ever.
Oh, dude, I ground every day, bro.
I bet you do.
I have to. I actually to the grass, bro. I have to.
I knew it before you even said that. That's why I put out that preemptive little comment. I'm like, bro, I bet Jordy does.
Some type of way. I'm telling you, go outside in that sun, touch them feet to some grass, bro. It feels good. I'm telling you. You'll feel recharged.
Y'all want to see?
Oh, man.
On the stream, I don't care. I'm a sock.
On stream, fiend. What a savage. Oh my God.
That tells you how much I care. I am a comfort, bro. I'm wearing, if I'm at the beach, I may not wear socks down to
bro, if you wear socks at the beach, I'm gonna smack you.
If I'm in the resort, you better believe I've got socks on. If I'm inside, if I'm going towards the water or towards the sand, I will go down to just the flip flop.
All right.
Just the slide.
At least that.
Just the slide. Right. I can go that. If I go to the lake, I am wearing socks until I get on the boat. Just so y'all know, I don't care. I'm not a barefoot guy. I'm just not a barefoot guy. Bro, I could go literally like butt naked with socks on. Like, sorry, it is what it is.
Oh shit. Wait,
I only have one beer, so this is y'all. Wait, raw.
There's music on here. Wait.
Yeah.
Let's try lo-fi.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a little bit of a vibe. It's kind of the elevator vibe.
That shit sucks. Future pop. What do we got with future pop, huh? We got some Britney Spears up in this bitch.
Brayden, nothing wrong with keeping the dogs cozy. Yeah. You gotta remember, my college was paid for because of my foot. I was a soccer player that ended up kicking footballs in college. I am big on feet. My feet are awesome. My feet made me a lot of.
Oh, somebody's gonna clip that. Somebody's gonna clip that. I'm big on feet.
Clip that.
Somebody's gonna clip
I'm big on feet. No, my feet, not other people's feet. I don't care about your feet. My feet.
Oh shit. Well,
CR's clipping that right now.
I'm getting fucking tired, bro. I'm gonna wrap it up. I want to watch a little Netflix before I pass out, but I'm trying to get to sleep early because I gotta wake up at like 3:30 and do my newsletter. So I'm gonna sign off for the night. But this is okay. I don't know. Are we doing this tomorrow, or are we
need to do this
running
tomorrow?
The normal stream? I'm down.
I'm down.
Oh, I'm down. You're able to though. It's fine too because I know you do the Wolf Spaces most Monday mornings. That's fine too. You can be on there at the same time. Don't matter.
Tuesday morning is when I have the I'm hosting the Future Space. But I think tomorrow. Let me see what tomorrow looks like. We have a trading space tomorrow morning, but that's actually optimal for me. So like I watch your stream while I'm on Wolf, so I can hear what you guys are doing in one ear.
So do you want to just be on here then? Yeah.
Oh, you shoot me the link. We'll be on here.
All right.
We can do it tomorrow for sure.
Morning on here then. So expect the stream. I mean, it's still on YouTube for everybody. It's not really going to change. It's just going to be from restream instead of like the normal setup. So expect that. But yeah, this is fun, bro. I appreciate it.
The dual stream, man. It's legit. We knew it was going to be a hit, but it's exceeding.
We're going to keep it moving. All right, everybody. Well, have a great night. Get some sleep. We'll see everybody bright and early. We're going to do more of this in the morning. Get some trades going. Cheers. Cheers to the Emperador. I love everybody. I'm cheersing my water. Get that H2O in, you know. Yeah, sir. All right, guys. Have a great night.